So as you follow along to this routine, all our sticks that we use are color coded. And if you buy yours off of Amazon or Temu or wherever you buy your tools, if you bought the same ones, they obviously don't come color coded. So I'm just gonna show you and explain which are which, just so that you know. So we don't use these first two because they're too big to use for anything, so you can just set those aside, because in most of my videos, we don't use them. And so you're left with these. So in this order, you can look, and it basically goes in this order from biggest to smallest: green, blue, white, yellow, pink, and black, down to the smallest one. So for today's class, I'm using these colors. For paint color number 1, I'm using Deco Art Americana Buttermilk. Number 2, I'm using Deco Art Americana Sage Mint. Number 3 is Craft Smart Sailing Sky. Number 4 is Deco Art Americana Blush Pink. Number 5 is Craft Smart Tuscan Red. And number 6 is Craft Smart Multi-Surface Radiant Gold. Okay, are we ready to get started on the dome?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so first step, we're gonna take the big blue stick.
Do we wipe off?
Yes, the paper towel is there for you to wipe your dirty tools. So blue stick with paint color 1, and you're just gonna place that right in the middle.
And you go with number 1, okay. The blue one.
Yes.
So much pressure. No, I'm like. Now we just smeared. Get started.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly, bigger end, with paint color 4, and you're gonna place a dot. So we have these guide marks drawn for you. You're gonna place one where the guide marks are, but as close to that middle dot as you can.
Pink. What color?
4.
4. With the big one?
Yes, bigger end. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly smaller end with paint color 2, and we're gonna put a small dot in between the bigger dots we just made. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly, the bigger end with paint color 3.
Which color?
3.
3.
Yes, paint color 3. And we're gonna put a dot right above the small ones we made. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly, smaller end, with paint color 5, and we're gonna place a small dot in between the blue ones, or my blue ones.
Thank you.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink stick with paint color 1, and we're gonna put it above the small dots.
With the big side.
Yes, well, pink stick, not the pink twirly.
Stick and twirlies, yes. Okay, they're above the ones that are supposed to. Yes.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the little black stick with paint color 6,
Which one are we doing?
Black.
little black stick with paint color 6, and we're gonna put a dot in between the big ones we just did. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink stick with paint color 4, and we're gonna put it above the smaller ones we just did. Okay, so we're gonna take the pink twirly with paint color 2, and we're gonna walk the dots. So you're gonna take the bigger end for this first dot, then you switch to the smaller end and walk around without re-dipping halfway, and then re-dip and then do the other half.
Which paint number?
2.
With the big ends.
Yes. Big end for this first dot.
The first one.
Yeah, and then you'll switch. Yes. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly with paint color 3, and we're gonna walk the dots again. So bigger end for this first dot, and then you'll switch to the smaller end and walk the dots around.
Which, I'm sorry.
sorry, what number?
Number
Three.
Three.
And we're popping the dots around the dots you just did.
So we're rotating it.
Number six.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly, bigger end with paint color 6. And we're gonna start in between the first and the second dots of the walking the dots, and we're gonna drag down and around like that.
Now for your notes.
I'll be right back.
Okay, now it's getting scary.
I know.
No, we can do this.
But the dots were so fun.
You said the larger end of the white one, right?
Yes.
Do I wanna pull it or?
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the yellow and blue twirly. We're gonna take we're gonna put little hearts in the, kind of like this. See how we put little heart? So that's what we're gonna do right here. So we're gonna take so if you need to practice the heart on your piece of paper, you can. I'll just show you right on my rock. So bigger end of the blue twirly with paint color 1, and you're gonna put 2 dots next to each other like that.
That's what she does. Thank you.
And then you're gonna take the paint from the dots and just kind of drag it out and like draw a heart kind of.
That's number one.
Yes, paint color number 1.
Yes, yes.
Was that the smaller end of the yellow you just did that?
Yes, smaller end of the yellow.
So larger the blue, the smaller yellow.
It's just a little different than everyone's.
Oh, now that my hearts are getting really funky looking.
But it didn't. That's really nice.
Man, too far, is that?
See, okay.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the black stick with paint color 5. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put one dot right here. And then you're gonna put one above it, but leaving some room in between. And then you're gonna put 2 to the side like this.
Okay. Do I want to dip every time when I do the dot?
Yes. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly, bigger end with paint color 2. And starting right here above the heart, you're just gonna place 1 dot, like 2 dots like that, just 1, 2.
And it was, what numbers, sorry?
Paint color 2,
And the fat end?
yes.
I mean, baby.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink stick with paint color 3. And we're gonna place a dot above the 2 green dots, or my 2 green dots. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly with paint color 4, and we're gonna walk the dots. So bigger end for the first dot, and then you switch the smaller end to walk the dots.
Four, right? Color 4?
Mm-hmm. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly with paint color 6, and we're gonna walk the dots again. Bigger end for the first dot, except you're not gonna switch to the smaller end, you're just gonna continue with the bigger end. So you're gonna place a dot with the bigger end, re-dip, and then go halfway, re-dip, and do the other half.
That was number 7.
Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly with paint color 1, and we're gonna walk the dots again. If you don't have room here on the sides, because I can see a couple people who did these four like almost sideways, you can pause right here, but see, because I have more room here on the sides, so I can do a couple more rounds of walking the dots. If you can't, you just pause, wait for us to be done, and then we'll continue, okay? So for those of you who still have room, you're gonna take the white twirly bigger end and walk the dots again. And you're not gonna switch to the smaller end.
Gotcha.
What number is that again?
Paint color 1,
Sorry, that was the large end, I apologize.
yes, and you're not gonna switch to the smaller end. Just
We're
gonna
not switching to the smaller.
So we're gonna
Yes.
go around the, with, you said paint 1?
yes. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly with paint color number 2, and we're gonna walk the dots one last time. So bigger end for that first dot, and you're not gonna switch to the smaller end to walk the dots.
Big and then small.
No, big,
Oh,
all the
big,
way,
all the
yeah.
way big, okay.
Color number 2.
Yes. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the blue twirly, bigger end, with paint color 3. And we're gonna start here in between the first and the second dot of the walking the dots.
Oh, no.
And we're gonna drag down.
Oh, those are tricky for me. Which number again, paint color?
3.
And are we doing it on both sides of the dot?
Yes,
Off the bat.
both sides.
Just one side?
Both sides. I think it's just only one side.
So we're gonna take the white stick and place a dot not all the way down here, but leaving a little bit of a space. So like about right here. Then you're gonna take the white twirly smaller end and do like 2 dots like this. Then you'll switch to the bigger end and walk the dots kind of straight along the swoosh on both sides. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white stick with paint color 4, and we're gonna put it right here.
Which stick? Four.
Okay, next up, we're gonna take the blue twirly, bigger end, with paint color 6. And we're gonna start here and drag up to this big dot.
Those things.
We're gonna take the yellow stick with paint color 5, and we're gonna go to this middle dot and just overlap it, but still leaving a sliver of the original color, like that. Next up, we're gonna take the black stick with paint color 5, and we're gonna overdot these dots here. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the black stick again with paint color 1, and we're gonna overlap these dots here. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the black stick again with paint color 5, and we're gonna overlap these dots here. Next up, we're gonna take the pink stick with paint color 5 and overdot these big ones right here. Next step, we're gonna take the pink stick again with paint color 5 and overdot these ones right here.